When the papers fell down, a gush of wind swept across Qiao Hao's face. Her long lashes trembled slightly and she opened her eyes. Lu Jinian was pointing at a box at the bottom right of one of the papers with his long fingers. In a cold voice, he commanded, "Sign here," and left for the changing room. Once the changing room's door closed, Qiao Hao sat up and picked up the stack of papers. After just a glance, her brows furrowed. It was a cosmetics endorsement contract. And it was one of the top luxury brands that only took foreign models who were globally acclaimed. Lu Jinian wanted her to sign the papers. Did that mean he was giving her this endorsement? It was so unreal that Qiao Hao felt as though it was a dream. Lu Jinian came out of the changing room in a fresh set of clothes. Holding on to a tie, he stood in front of a full-length mirror. Through the mirror, his deep yet distant gaze swept across Qiao Hao. In an emotionless tone he asked, "Have you signed it?" Qiao Hao snapped out of her daze, shaking her head. After much struggle, she lifted her head to look at Lu Jinian, her eyes filled with disbelief and doubt. "Are you giving me this endorsement?" Lu Jinian replied with a non-committal "yay." He was really giving it to her. Happiness started spreading through her heart, but it was soon overshadowed by doubt. Why would he give her an endorsement deal out of nowhere? Lu Jinian knotted his tie skillfully before turning to face Qiao Hao. With an indifferent expression, he glanced at the contract she held, noticing the blank box. He frowned and asked with a frosty tone, "Why aren't you signing? Aren't you interested in a cosmetic endorsement?" Hearing Lu Jinian's voice, Qiao Hao once again snapped back to the present from her running thoughts and reached for a pen. But before she signed the papers, she couldn't help wanting to clear her suspicion. "Why are you giving me this endorsement?" "You deserve it," Lu Jinian replied again without any warmth. She deserved it. Qiao Hao couldn't understand his words. Lu Jinian stared at her confusion. Silence fell on the room until he threw out another 5 cold words, "Your reward for yesterday night." Reward for yesterday night. So it was a reward for using her body yet again. Qiao Hao froze for about 5 seconds before comprehending Lu Jinian's meaning. She tightened her clasp on the pen she held, the tiny bit of happiness she felt vanishing in an instant.